The Central Bank Deputy Governor Louis Kasekende, the Director Banking Ben Sekabira, and the Director Money Transfer Peter Chemonges have showed up before the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, probing the whereabouts of the 300 billion shillings that was paid by the Central Bank to Cairo Bank to settle claims of pensioners formerly working with the defunct East African community in 1976, but later paid to ghost pensioners. These technocrats from the Central Bank were summoned to account for their role of regulating banking institutions, monitoring financial controls, and detecting fraud. A case in point was Cairo Bank, to which a tune of 300 billion shillings was advanced by BOU, but the Central Bank exhibited lapses in establishing whether the taxpayers' money advanced had been put to better use of its intention. But to the dismay of the probing committee, no detection of fraud had been done by the Central Bank auditors to over 165 billion shillings they had advanced to Cairo Bank between 2012 to 2014 and later paid to ghost pensioners.
This scam began as early as 2009. That's when Cairo Bank gets involved. Now, you supervise the bank annually. You recommend the reconstitution of the board. Still, we go ahead to lose close to 300 billion through Cairo Bank under your supervision. So shouldn't we say supervision was not done, or failure of supervision is due to Bank of Uganda, and that's why we have this loss?
If you have an unserious board, then you are done. If you find something like we found at the report of 2008, which discovered KYC issues, and we tell the bank, please close these gaps, and the bank doesn't take steps, our authority mandates us to do something, and that's something we did.
No.
So Mr. Sekabira and the governor.
Yes.
See, what is happening in this boardroom is your failure to give this country, as we talk now, an assurance that we can continue leaning on Bank of Uganda to protect us.
This money came in on the day, picked on the day, and perhaps going out the next day. So it did not change the position of the bank that would have acted as a trigger for us to say, oh, there's something happening in this bank. This size of a bank has total assets now, total deposits of this much, after 1, 2, 3 days. That did not happen because the transactions were swiftly taken through.
Whereas the witnesses partially admitted having not executed the due diligence between 2012 to 2013 as portrayed in the Auditor General's report, the Deputy Governor claims at the onset of the fraud in 2009 to 2012, respectively, attempts were made to have the Board of Directors of Cairo Bank overhauled.
And I am asking now, do you consider the action that the Bank of Uganda, that the bank took to have been adequate to avert this disaster?
We have this, and it is bad that it came out. It's not that we failed in our duties. When it comes out, it is bad, but it's not that we failed in our duties, and there is so big a problem that we should overhaul the regulatory system. No, we have 25 banks in this system. 25 banks, well-run banks, and we do look at risk management, risk systems, and all the other systems that in this bank. On this occasion, in this bank, yes, there were lapses.
But prior to the taking of the decision to have the Board of Directors of Cairo Bank overhauled, what was the findings of the Central Bank report into financial controls at Cairo Bank?
There is a high likelihood of collusion with the bank's officers. All payments were authorized by the same supervisor, Mr. Isaac Sentongo, the Assistant Manager Operations, and all payment transactions were posted on by the same teller, MS Nachigozi Rahma, the Assistant Manager Cash. And yet the bank had 9 tellers, as shown in appendix.
in spite of the 300 billion shillings loss caused due to lapses within the monitoring mechanism of Bank of Uganda. The Central Bank Deputy Governor Louis Kasekende sounded evasive to apologize on the financial loss caused by Bank of Uganda.
There was no failure and the KYC was complied with and anybody worked in the bank, at least you would have known that this name does not match with, or that this photo is not for that person.
You started with pointing out a statutory instrument which exists. And it is because we take it very seriously that we even came up with a statutory instrument. So we recognize that it is very important.
Timothy Bassi, the Star Vision, Parliament.